Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video game. Today I'm going to be doing my NBA Free Agency 2025 predictions. Let's get into it. Look, a lot of free agents are off the boards. Potential free agents that we're going to be are off the board going into day one of free agency, opening up at 5 o'clock today. Like LeBron James opted into his player option. Fred VanVleet, who was going to be a big free agent, ended up, signing his 2-year, $50 million deal. Kyrie and James Harden both re-signed with the Mavs and the Clippers already. Nas Reed got his big deal. There have been guys, Julius Randle already signed his big deal. So there are a lot of guys that are already off the board. Like the big guys are already off the board right now. But there are still some really talented players that are in the free agency market. But it's not huge. Let's get into it. So at one, the best player I think available in free agency is Miles Turner with the Pacers. I would imagine Miles Turner is going back to the Pacers. I think it's a little weird for me that the Pacers haven't re-signed him already, because you can re-sign a player on your roster, that's a free agent, even though they are even though they're a free agent, you can still re-sign them. And so that doesn't happen with Turner and the Pacers, but I would imagine it happens from the first days of free agency. I've got Turner going back to the Pacers. Jonathan Kuminga, he is a restricted free agent, so the Warriors have the opportunity to match any offer that any other team makes. But I'm going with Jonathan Kuminga signing with the Miami Heat as a restricted free agent. Another restricted free agent is Josh Giddey. I think he's definitely going back to the Chicago Bulls. He's going to get a huge deal. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I'm going to predict he goes to the Atlanta Hawks and signs a deal with the Atlanta Hawks and leaves the Timberwolves. They can't afford to bring him back. DeAndre Ayton was someone who was bought out just recently, and I'm going to predict he ends up going to the Charlotte Hornets. They need a big man after trading away Mark Williams and Yusuf Nurkic. He could be a great fit for them. And then Dorian Finney-Smith, the Rockets are planning to potentially use their $14.1 million mid-level exception on Dorian Finney-Smith. I think they do it and bring him in. I'm going to skip over Malik Beasley right now with what's going on with him. I'm not going to talk about Malik Beasley, but this is going to be a little bit about Malik Beasley. A really big free agent, Ty Jerome, who averaged 13 points per game for the Cavs and was big for them off the bench last year, was a Sixth Man of the Year candidate last season. He's going to be a guy that is looked at by teams, and I think if the Pistons are going to lose both of Hardaway Jr. and Beasley this offseason, potentially, Ty Jerome would be a great fit. He was coached by J.B. Bickerstaff. I think it would make sense. Then Brook Lopez, I think he's definitely leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going with him signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. As the Lakers are big fans of him, there's mutual interest there. Al Horford, big free agent. It seems like he might not go back to the Celtics. There have been rumblings about the New York Knicks. I'm going to predict Al Horford ends up signing with the New York Knicks. Santi Aldama is a restricted free agent. He's a great player for the Grizzlies. I think after losing Desmond Bane through trade, they're not going to want to get rid of Santi Aldama. I think he is definitely re-signing with the Memphis Grizzlies. Quentin Grimes, another restricted free agent. I think there are going to be some competitors with the 76ers, but I believe they go after him and re-sign him as a restricted free agent. Then Gary Trent Jr., I'm going to say he goes back to the Bucks. Dennis Schroeder, I'm predicting he signs with the Sacramento Kings. D'Angelo Russell, I'm going to predict ends up with the Dallas Mavericks. Cameron Thomas, restricted free agent. I think he re-signs with the Brooklyn Nets on a huge deal. I don't have a prediction for Gary Payton II on where he ends up, but I definitely think he's leaving the Golden State Warriors, I'll say. Mo Wagner his team option got declined by the Magic. I think they'll re-sign him on a cheaper deal to reunite the brothers again. I predict Russell Westbrook. This is a hard one. I don't know where he might end up. Honestly, he could end up back with Denver. I think there is a shot. But I think there are a lot of teams that might go after Russell Westbrook. Chris Paul, though. I'm going to predict him going back to the Suns. There, have been rumors about the Suns and Clippers as two teams being interested in bringing him back. He wants to be close to the LA area. they need a point guard if they're going to lose Tyus Jones this offseason. I am predicting Chris Paul goes back to Phoenix. Clint Capella, I am going with the Los Angeles Lakers signing Clint Capella. They want to use their $5 million mid-level exception on Clint Capella. And I think we knew the Lakers would add in two centers. I think it's Clint Capella and Brook Lopez as the two centers the Lakers add in this offseason. Luke Kornet, the Celtics have lost so much this offseason. I think the Lakers are definitely re-signing Luke Kornet. And, that's really it. There's some other small free agents you can go over. I've got some small predictions. I think the Rockets pick up Luke Kennard. They need more three-point shooting. I think that would be a great addition for them. But that's really it for free agency. I think the Bucks re-signed Kevin Porter Jr. That's another small prediction I can make. Any other small predictions I think will happen? Honestly, that's really it for my free agency predictions. It's not that huge of a free agency this offseason with, it being more of a trade market. It wasn't a huge free agency class in the first place, but there were some potential big free agents, and they're already off the board. Randall, Kyrie, Harden, Naz Reid, LeBron, all those guys are already off the board. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.